Keeping up with the leaks, rumours, speculation, whatever you want to call it. We have a lot to talk about. We'll get into that in just a second. Hello there, Blue Fire Extreme and Noob Master. Waiting around for quite some time. I mean, we are 20 minutes early and you were here more than 20 minutes ago. So thank you for waiting for the stream. Hope it's worth your while. There is quite a few different topics that are talk of the town, shall we say, talk of the community for the last couple of days. And a lot of them actually popped up yesterday. A lot of this yesterday, the day before, that was like a week ago. Okay, so we've known that the polybag for next year is going to be the TIE Advanced, which is Vader's flagship. You might remember here on the channel, we built a mech, didn't we, for 5k? Was that 5,000 subscribers? We built a Vader mech, probably about 6,000 by the time we got it built. But yes, that's going to be the polybag for next year. Hello there, Noob Master. So does that mean that's the UCS set? We're going to get straight into it today, straight into talking about the leaks and the rumours. Is this confirmation almost of a 2026 TIE Advanced UCS set? So far, I haven't been looking. I have to admit, I haven't been looking, but so far I haven't seen anyone speaking about this. How do we feel about a UCS Vader's TIE Advanced? Because I'm going to lay it all out. Right, I'm not going to pick up this set. To be fair, it will probably be an original trilogy. Is there any UCS set that I would pick up? A lot of the ships, I prefer the playset Scout. I think they're a bit too big. It'd have to be... I think the only UCS original trilogy set I see myself building is the Falcon. And we've already got a really good one of those. I think it'd be awesome to part swap that and we'll recolor it black for Rebuild the Galaxy. But that's something that I'm probably not going to be doing in the next month or so. I have so many other ideas that I want to work on before recoloring a UCS set. 3PO's fallen off the charger. Has everyone seen the collections video as well? Because I didn't give a too good look at my charging cable. But I got a few more minifigures still to add to it. That's a load of fun. Imagine they release a Playscale one and a UCS one, like they did with the Slave one. That's a good point, because we're meant to be getting the gingerbread one at Christmas. So if that's only around for 3 odd months, because the diorama, the Christmas diorama, the Holiday Falcon Christmas diorama was out for more than 3 months. They kept it around. They rarely do that with Christmas and Halloween sets. Usually they're just on shelves for the time being. And that is a good point, because they could retire. So we're getting the TIE Advanced gingerbread there. When are we getting that? Is that meant to be coming out September, or I think it's October? But I don't know if that's confirmed. Let's have a look, see if we've got any more information on it. None that I can see. Wasn't there? No, we already got Sloan. Yeah, I don't think we can actually see too much detail. It's just rumour at the minute about the December set. But recently we have been rumoured to get a smart brick. This is what I want to bring up. So we're rumoured to get a gingerbread Vader's TIE Advanced in like September, October time. Probably September. I don't think they'd leave it till last minute. I think people would be picking it up around Halloween to then build it Christmas. I think that's fair to assume. And we're also been rumoured to get... Oh, I just had it up. Oh, no. Well, there's a TIE Advance as well coming out next year. Here it is. TIE Advance 75421. Darth Vader's TIE Advanced with a smart brick, March 1st. There you go, March 1st. So we could get one, say, September. We'll say September. Actually, September's coming up. Ain't that like a week away? Yeah, maybe not. 2 weeks away. Maybe October. Maybe October 1st we get a gingerbread one. November, December, January. 3 months later we get the polybag. February, March we then get a playset with a smart brick. And then April, May we get a UCS one. That's about half a year and 4 different variants of TIE Advance. It would make sense. It would make sense getting the cog vamp speeder as well. Oh yes, we're going to go over all the different leaks, because next week's going to be Saturday. Saturday is going to be a fairly quick stream. I got a few sets that I want to build. And then the week after, oh yes, this time next week I do want to start trying to build the ATST. So we might have that. And then of course it's September, on us looking at all the new Lego sets. So we are going to be getting the Star Destroyer. Let me bring that out so that we can switch it up and make it look like Thrawn's Chimera. I don't know how much we'll be doing to the bottom of this. Mainly just going to be using this to keep my hands occupied whilst we talk about all these leaks, but we can at least bring it out. There you go. And if you've noticed, the microphone has got a nice little pattern on it. Doesn't stay up as much as I'd like, but I have made it look like this is the closest to cosplaying on a stream I'm going to get by making it look like Thrawn's lapel. And it also looks like Sloane's, Grand Admiral Ray Sloane, as I've just seen pop up. Am I doing the white pans on the bottom? I think I've got to. I do think I've got to. I want to display it so that it's floating. And for that, I'm going to have to get some like clear bricks. Where's the center must be about here. Where is it? The center of mass is about here. So that gives me that much space to get the Kraken on the bottom. So I have to add, that is what makes Thrawn's Star Destroyer Thrawn. And then we're battle damage in the top because this is meant to be the repaired Star Destroyer from Ahsoka. Yeah, that's a lot of TIE Advanced, unless they do Vader's TIE Advanced later in the year. I could see Lego doing that, but I do wonder, the March 1st date for Luke's Red 5 and Vader's TIE Advanced, they would be great to come out side by side, but that's also a £70 and $70 and $100 set, which I don't think counts for the recent inflation for the American sets. So I think they're quite expensive for a March release. Having a UCS set, maybe Red 5 in March, then we get the UCS Vader tie, and then later down the line we could get a playset. I like the idea of that. But I'm also wondering, with minifigures, Luke's X-Wing is meant to come with Luke and R2. I think that's a given. And it would be awesome if we got like Mon Mothma snuck in. But with Vader's, could we see, with Vader's TIE Advance, because it only really shows up in, we get it in Rebels, but in movies it only shows up in A New Hope. I don't think we see Vader flying in the other two. Could we get a few exclusive characters from the UCS Death Star? And in the UCS set, I think we'd only get Vader. Maybe Vader and Palpatine? Maybe they'll whack Palpatine in. Maybe we'll get Vader and like a Death Star droid. I don't really know who could go with Vader with it. Maybe a droid that will, you know, fix up the ship after it takes the bash. But, ooh, the Inquisitor TIE Advance maybe. That's a good one, because that's a bit, the Rebels art style's quite rounded and smoothed off. I like the idea of that one. Should do Peridia as the base. I've already got my Peridia mock down there, and also that's the reason why I'm going to be building the battle packs next week. When was that? Saturday. I keep saying next week. This week we're building the battle packs as well. So that, yeah, they go hand in hand, don't they? The battle packs, Peridia. Might need to mix up a few of the videos so I can get that out, but I'm sure we'll be able to do that. That actually works quite well. Actually, the day after we build the battle packs, I should have that video out. Dependent how long I've got. All right, now that that's sorted, it's not the only leak. We don't just have the UCS set. That's the one I want to get into. All right, the reason I want it is the A New Hope Vader minifigure. We've now got images of the minifigures that are coming in the UCS Death Star. And I have to apologize because I think I've been got by like some fake image. I said that the back of the box, well, we saw the front of the box with the inside of the Death Star. And I said that I saw the back of the box that looked like what the other side of the Death Star looked like, nothing special. I'm pretty sure it's just a wall with a little, I say details, you know, Lego bricks are modular, so it doesn't look too good, doesn't look too bad. But we've got a look at the back of the box now. Head over to Reddit if you want to see it. And the back of the box is just the details. The side of the box is an image of the Death Star. Maybe it's the other side of the box that I saw, but we haven't got that officially confirmed. So what we need is a 360 degree on lego.com of the box as well as the set. I guess we're going to get the set anyway, that'll do. Just realised they haven't really touched on the Separatist teaser for 2026. Ooh, I would love some more Separatist builds because we've got Clone Heavy. Well, heavy clones we have got, but we got Clone Heavy sets. We got the Juggernaut. We got the Battle Pack. We got, I guess the Arc is included in that. Republic Heavy sets this year. I wouldn't mind a Separatist year. Get Dooku, get Grievous, and then it makes you pick up sets more, because when sets are out alongside themselves, you see the whole wave. You see, well, Lego aren't going to do this, they are going to do this. But if they didn't, if they only gave us clones one year, then they give us Separatists. You're picking up sets hoping for, you know, what you have no idea on next year. Leaks aren't that far ahead. That could be smart. Good idea for Lego to do. I'd definitely be picking up a few more sets. Speaking of minifigures, yes, a New Hope Vader. I know we sell them in the shop. Link in the description. But I would like to see an official Lego one just for those that are unaware that I make my own decals or want a genuine Lego artifact, because it would be nice to see. It would be nice to see. I wonder, right? We saw a leak of the gingerbread Darth Vader, so Lego do like to do their own Vaders. And I wonder if gingerbread Darth Vader isn't for the TIE Advanced. What if the TIE Advanced was confusion with this polybag and Vader's actually in the gingerbread 8080, which would be super cool. I think that would be nice. Again, don't want to go against the current leaks this whole stream, because I did that at the start of the year when people were saying, I think it was Plo Koon's Microfighter, that was meant to be Ahsoka's ship, something like that. And I stuck down like, nope, we're getting both of them. We're getting both of them. And we got both of them. So that was nice to see. Let me get some plates out and start trying to build the octopus. Be very shocked if they do a remake of the Rancor pit. Ooh, that would be nice. Master Builders. I want to see a Master Builders Tatooine build where we get like a little bit of everything. This is into the $1,000 territory now, but if the Death Star pulls off and it works, we could get like mini builds of Jabba's palace with a little Rancor pit, brick built Rancor. We could then get a little bit of Mos Espa's pod race. We could get Watto's shop. We could get the Lars homestead. Might even be able to get the Skywalker homestead, and then just little bits, you know, maybe a EOP that Kenobi rides, bit of Kenobi's hut. I think because they've done Mos Eisley, they've already made Kenobi's hut as a Lego set. They don't have to be included, but especially the Lars homestead. That'd be a cool build. Maybe just a Lars homestead build, a little Tuscan hut on the side of that. That'd be nice. There seems to be a mixed reception on the gingerbread TIE Advanced, and a lot of people actually preferring it to the gingerbread 8080, and opposite. People wanting the 8080 so that we can get gingerbread Vader, gingerbread Stormtrooper, Snowtrooper better than the Stormtrooper, I think. And I think I would prefer a gingerbread 8080. Just because a gingerbread TIE Advance seems so far stretched, unless they include it as a little nod in Rebuild the Galaxy. It's a good way to just get away with making anything. And the cockpit piece for the X-Wing is different, so we'll probably see some new TIE cockpits as well. Hello there, Richard. But I do want to bring up, because a lot of people towards the end of the year are worried about sets retiring, and it was announced yesterday that the TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup has retired on Lego.com. It was a UK article. I'm not sure if this was worldwide or just in the UK, and it's sold out, and sets at this time don't, you know, there was a few people doing videos on it as well, which got me to the attention of the article. However, just before the stream, I loaded up Lego.com, searched the set number. No, I didn't. I searched TIE Fighter and X-Wing and brought up the mashup pack. £95. It's still available on Lego.com, so don't be too worried about sets retiring for good now. When you're on Lego.com, it does tell you retiring soon, and if it sells out with retiring soon, then it's gone for good. But usually you can still pick it up at a load of other stores for cheaper, even with all the points and that. And you've also got on Lego, if it sells out just before it retires soon, usually they'll have one last wave just for the people that do really want it. But gingerbread troopers would be awesome. A gingerbread battle pack. I've still got my gingerbread clone trooper just behind the members board back there. just on the wall, and I'd love a gingerbread battle pack. I would like, if it does well this year, and I don't know, because you know you're targeting a very specific niche of Lego Star Wars fans with these gingerbread characters. It might not work out. It might, and we might just get gingerbread sets for Star Wars going forward, but it might not. And I'd love to see it return every Christmas, especially if they do retire it, because not only like exclusivity and stuff like that, but also we're getting a set that almost feels like a free set. It's not sticking around for 2 years, doesn't take up room on the shelf, and is there for 3 months. Maybe it's exclusive to Lego stores. I don't know which other stores would want to pick this up. Maybe it's a Lego store exclusive. Get us into stores, especially with Builder minifigure parts. I think the Builder mini parts are showing up on the Lego online pick-a-brick as well. So that gets into stores. Rebuild the Galaxy kind of thing. Yeah, we could get so many different Rebuild the Galaxy sets. And I would like to see at least another one. We've got the Hoth Maul in Rebuild the Galaxy. We also have the Padme Amidala. Let me get my fig down. We have the Padme Amidala, all worn, torn. I have improved this one. I don't know whether I should make shorts when I improve minifigures. I might do, because I feel like they're handy to know. But yeah, the war torn Padme Amidala. Want to upgrade and improve that soon. But definitely Maul in Solo's gear as well. That was cool from the last series. Have a question. Want to build the Bat Pod, but don't want the Batman figure. What's the best part to order all the parts? Thanks, no problem. I said that before I even answered it. Brick Owl, I would recommend. It's got, in my opinion, the friendliest user interface. You know, you search for a brick, you don't need to be bang on. It's quite cool. You do tend to be paying a couple pence more, but it should be gloved hander in that figure. But other sites like Bricklink, if you have a local store, they might even have the set, like a local second-party Lego store or third-party Lego store. They might have the set without the minifigures, and that's probably the best way to get it for the cheapest, just because, having been to stores like that myself, you get some dusty sets, and if you don't mind cleaning them yourself, that sort of thing, marketplaces and, you know, the sort of like eBay is probably the cheapest you can get it, but not in great condition. If you are looking for new condition, new pieces, either have a little look on Bricklink, Brick Owl, or sometimes, very rarely, look on lego.com. Look on lego.com and try and order the parts off there, because they now accept CSV files. So if you know, it complicates it, honestly, CSV files, if you don't know how to set one up. There's probably a few videos on YouTube, but yeah, if you can work a CSV file, add the parts to it, because the set's going for 116. Well, I said 116, then I click on it and there's only 2 available, 140 and 151 pounds. But if you look at, so this is Brick Owl. Oh no, that's sealed. Oh wow, that isn't bad. How comes then? Are these 2 different sets? Oh, I think they are 2 different sets. Yes, this is an exclusive set that I was looking at first. But yeah, sometimes they'll have the set without the buildable minifigure, and that's a good way to get loads of old sets, especially if you already have a similar minifigure. For Star Wars, for instance, you already own Darth Vader, and you're not fussed about the Admiral that comes with his Star Destroyer. I mean, even Darth Vader isn't accurate to A New Hope with his Star Destroyer. Parting it out, as we've done, and shaving off. I have edited this. I've modified this by removing a lot of the tiles and bits off the top, because it just looked a bit too much for my taste. Brings it down from 120 odd retail price to, I don't think I bought any pieces for this, but it's probably worth like 100, something like that. Good ways to get old Lego figures can be Comic-Con. Oh, last year you got 7 Imperial figures for £14 with a custom mold. Nice. That is a good purchase. Yeah, there's a few Lego conventions that I want to go to later this year, but I feel like Lego conventions are going to be a bit harder to get good deals at, because you got people there that know what it's worth. They know the value of that minifigure, and they're going to try to push it a little bit more. I think towards the end of the day at Lego conventions is the sweet spot, where they haven't sold it, they're not getting rid of it anytime soon, and they have to just, well, it's less to go home with. It's less to go home with. If they sell it, they don't have to worry about it anymore, and you get a few really good deals, especially if they've made a good sale that day. Lego fans don't tend to be too stingy. They don't want to rip you off too much, because if they do rip, well, I mean, there are probably people that will, but you got to remember, if you try to rip off a few people, they're going to become disinterested in what it is they're collecting. And the more people disinterested in Lego, the less people buying things and driving the price up. Thanks for the advice. No problem. You're welcome. Forgot to remove these two 1x3s though, didn't I? Let's get rid of those. And same with retiring sets. Sometimes a retiring set is good to pick up, just to sell the figures, and then you can make some of your money back from the set. Especially if it's a fairly cheap set, the minifigures tend to be worth it. And then you've just got free Lego. One of the easiest ways to go about it, if you've got a store and a means of actually selling them. Something that I've actually looked at doing here, and I might do in the future, try and get some cheaper minifigures, because minifigures day one do sell for quite a bit. Well, they're listed for quite a bit. They don't sell for quite a bit, but they are listed for a lot of money. What else was there on? So we've got the gingerbread tie advance. We've got the possible UCS next year. Do I recommend buying Lego in bulk? Yeah, it's a lot to clean, and especially if it's mixed. I don't know about mixed. I would probably just get pure Lego in bulk, and that would be the way of going about it. But that's another cheap way, because you're paying per kilo or per 100 grams or so. And I regret, when we went in April to that third hand store, I don't really get the difference between second and third hand. Second hand is usually, well, it's second hand. You're the second hands that touched it. Made by Lego, first hand. And if you're buying Lego, if you're buying Lego from a different store that isn't Lego, it's kind of second hand, because it's gone through someone else. And then third hand is if someone's bought it and then sold it to a Bricks and Minifigs, for instance. That would be third hand Lego. But why don't we say fourth hand, fifth hand, and keep track of these things? It gets the third hand and it just stops there. Hello there, Exilium. Thank you. I definitely recommend buying it in bulk though. There was the tub, that's what I was talking about. In April, we went to the store and there was a big tub of Lego that was listed, I think it was £5 or something. I don't know how heavy it was. I just saw it when I was editing through the video, but I really wanted to go up and have a little look. There was bound to be some classic Lego bricks in there, because there were some good finds in that store. Do I have an NYC Yoda figure? I don't tend to subscribe to people just because I don't follow it up, but alright, this isn't one of the rare expensive ones. I don't want you passing out that I'm touching it, but it's an official Lego printed New York I Heart Yoda minifigure. Oh no, the exposure's not capturing it. But this is official, all Lego pieces, Lego printing. This is Lego through and through. This isn't a trick. This is Lego printing on a Lego torso for a Lego minifigure, but it's not the one. This is a one of one. So this is a technical reprint of them. And this was last year. Did we get this last year? I can't remember, but this is technically one of one. This is rarer than the official Yoda. No one else has this minifigure, and yeah, Lego printing on a Lego torso, but it only cost me about, I keep saying 15 quid. I don't think it actually cost 15 quid. How much? How much did it send me back? Let's see if I can find it. I think it might have been a tenner. 15 quid, something like that. Well, £13 according to Google. Not as round as I thought the number was, but there you go. Cost me £13. All right, so we got the tie advance. We've got that's the UCS set. I'm calling it for next year. If it's not, we'll enjoy talking about another one in another stream. But I am convinced that could be the set. Actually, could we have another like Admiral or something? I guess in the Death Star we're getting Tarkin, Yularen, and could be getting Motti. Who are we getting in the Death Star? because we've seen an image of the box. We just haven't seen much else. In fact, we've seen the Lego images as well. So it's clearly up on lego.com. They'll probably announce it September like 2nd, just after all the September sets come out. We've got one of Palpatine's like administrators, one of the Palpatine second hands, I guess, from Return of the Jedi. I think by the looks of the set, we've only got the 3 people around the conference table, which means there's like 6-7 seats. So I'd like that to have been a little bigger, but then how much are we talking? Hot Tub Trooper, yes, the Hot Tub Trooper from, it's not the original game, it's not Complete Saga, which is technically the second time they show up. Was it Skywalker Saga's game? Or was it like a holiday special or a Lego special? I think it was a Lego special. Can't remember now. But still no sign on the back. I'm pretty sure the back is just bricked up. Whatnot's quite good for Lego 2. Yes, I was on Whatnot for quite a bit. A lot of the people I were following on there have stopped doing shows. I guess gone on to other things, hopefully still continuing with Lego. But it's been a while since I've been on Whatnot. It's quite good as well the way the shipping works, that it's just flat out £2.70 and then they can increase it by a few pence every order. I quite like that idea. Here we go. Here are the minifigures. It is the Skywalker Saga Hot Tub Trooper. Thank you. That's the one. So we've got a new Luke Skywalker that deserves dual molded legs. Shame to see that only the Hot Tub Trooper have dual molded legs. Crazy, but a few different Lukes, only 3. We get Farm Boy, Imperial Stormtrooper, and then the Return of the Jedi Luke. Fair enough. We get Leia, Han, also has a Trooper disguise, Chewie, Kenobi, C-3PO, R2-D2. I don't think I've actually looked at the list of these yet. And then who's that? Tarkin, Vader, Emperor, one of the advisors, Yularen. I think that's Motti. Don't know who's next to him. Krennic Galen. We then get, I think that's like an AV droid or something like that. 6 troopers. We knew there was going to be a few of them. 2 gunners or engineers, 2 pilots. 2 gunners. The other 2 were engineers. And then 2 officers, 2 guards, the astromech with the clear dome, and the Hot Tub Trooper. It's a good lineup. Good lineup. Hello there, Calvin. Thank you. No problems. And I do think there'll be a little secret hot tub scene as well for the trooper to hide around. We're missing that in Star Wars, the hidden sections, and I think that'd be nice to see. I think that's all for a lot of the Lego leaks. We've got the January ones. I did say we'll look at that. Let's have a look if I can bring up the list again. That's last year's list. There we go. So we do have the Cad Bane Speeder. I'm interested to see what all these are going to be like, because I don't know about the Cad Bane Speeder. I'm interested to see how alike it was to Anakin's engine, but if it turns out to be too dissimilar, I might not pick it up. I do have a custom Cad Bane and a custom Cobb Vanth. It would be nice to replace them with official minifigures. That's always nice to see. But yeah, it depends on the side of the build, doesn't it? Depends on the side of the build. We have the Mando Speeder. I am really interested in that, despite already having the Mando Speeder from the other Mandalorian playset. I've also seen, there's a lot of ads on here now. We do have a few first half of 2026 price points, and none of them line up to the X-Wing or Vader's TIE Advance. So I wonder if they are leaks for later on in the year after the UCS set. No leg printing, then it's a no pickup. I would argue that dual molded legs would convince me over printed legs, because I was looking at a few other non-Star Wars minifigures, like Superman. Superman has the printed hip and leg that just like the pattern goes straight off to the side. They're basically not printed legs at that point. It's so small, but that's one of the main reasons they're so expensive. And Force Awakens, I remember seeing this, is back at the Royal Albert Hall. That was an experience. Listening to, it was A New Hope I went to see, my dad and my brother, at the Royal Albert Hall, and just sitting there where a live orchestra plays the music behind the scenes. We get the movie playing, but they cut out all the music and we have that played by a live orchestra. That was awesome. I'd love to do that for the prequel trilogy, because they did the originals. It took them a time to do Return, because I think Empire was delayed as well. I was going to see Empire, then that's when COVID hit. So it didn't end up doing that, and they've just done Return a few years ago, maybe even a year or two ago, and now they're doing Force Awakens. Once they run through the sequels, I hope they're not discouraged and can go back and do the prequels. That would be great, but most of the people playing in the orchestra probably ain't a fan of the prequels. Where did that list go? I knew I shouldn't have clicked off it. What I did want from the UCS Death Star, all right, with the minifigures whilst we're on it, is that 3PO. The UCS 3PO should have been in that set. It's too expensive not to have it. Already covered a short. Arm printing for Chewie. It's a UCS set. They can do this with the minifigures. Having arm printing for Chewie, instead of 6 troopers, having 4 stormtroopers and having 2 of the outside, the jetpack troopers. The jet troopers that are outside of the Death Star. We see him in a little shot. That would have been nice. And a New Hope Vader. I think that would have been everything that I would have wanted from the UCS set that we didn't get. I think having the little mini dioramas in the Death Star is a great idea. Probably could have sold a few of them separately and made the Death Star modular so it's cheaper to build. Over the next couple of years, I think it's more palatable than just $1,000 all at once, but maybe it's a cheaper way of doing it for Lego. Scrap mine dual molded and then a pickup. Yeah, I think dual molded legs is definitely where my head's at. With minifigures, so many of them could have dual molded legs. A lot of the dual molds exist, like with Rebel Troopers. What's up with those? But you know, we'll get there eventually. On your PlayStation, hasn't got rid of the demo for Force Awakens. I guess you keep playing the first chapter, and/or prison diorama would make money. I saw recently someone made a video of the Andor diorama from the Tantive pack, the Tantive boarding, and that was cool. All right, how are we going to go about making this into Thrawn's Chimera? Because it is quite battle damaged. There's a lot of like tan coming up the side, and that's what I really want to get into. And then of course we'll work on the bottom of it, which if I can pull this top section off, we could actually flip it upside down. I don't know if that's going to be possible. We said about Codbane, Cobb Vamp and Cadbane, Cobbane. The Speeder and the Mando Speeder are the 2 cheap sets, really, of the new year. We've got a buildable Grogu, some more of the 18 plus sets, the Clone Mech, and the Siege of Mandalore is really what I'm putting all my eggs in that basket for January. In terms of Star Wars, at least, I can't wait to see the non-Star Wars sets coming out. We have got a little sneak peek of the Doc from the DeLorean, Back to the Future. The head of Doc, I think it is. Not much else. I haven't seen Coconut Studios sci-fi series, but I did watch the Mimban. I watched parts of Mimban, and that looked pretty cool. Alright. So, if I just de-neck it here, does that... Oh no, it's still connected. Never mind. This is packed in way too well. We'll have to flip it and hope it doesn't fall too much apart. What I can do, because I've only connected these with a 1 joint now, and that should be in the middle. But I've done that so I can just remove entire segments of the wing. That will make it a lot easier to modify later. Also means it comes on and off a lot easier, like so. Wings are quite fragile once you take off the top pieces, but we'll fix that. We'll fix that later on. Now we can flip it. Right, slowly and surely. Hey. Got a little, like a Bactopod. I don't know where that's from. It probably is a Bactopod. And now, let's go about the squid on here. The Mimban was great. Yeah, the trenches of Mimban was the best bit. Alright, the Thrawn. What is it? Is it called? It can't be called the Chimera on the bottom, can it? The octopus. That'll come up. There we go. Go up for the octopus. And when we built this on the micro, we have done Thrawn's Chimera in micro fighter size, micro fighter, micro. We did use a lot of 1x2 plates because that gave us the shape. I think we could do that again this time to get the shape underneath, but use tiles on top and then those rounded plates underneath. So we really just need white tiles, white plates, and what did I say, the 1x2s. I think that's really all we're going to need for it. Well, at least for now. We'll make this work. Maybe a few other shapes, like the frying pan studs might work with the mouth. We should have also, where's the gap? I guess that's kind of where the bay is. So that's where they'll come up to a halt. We'll then cross them here. So maybe some jumpers as well, just to line them up in the middle and have that single file stud. Maybe that will work. It's going to be quite fun actually. Let's try and put this together. We don't have a list, do we, for March yet? I don't suppose it'll be too long before that comes out. So we've got a Rebel and an Empire set. That's rumoured now to be the... Maybe that's for January. Maybe the X-Wing and the TIE Advance is for January alongside the polybag. Ooh, maybe. It'd be quite fun if they do come out with 2 big play sets in January, because normally it's just battle packs. I don't think we get many play sets. January is definitely aimed at a younger audience in terms of Christmas money and, you know, kids that have been given Lego vouchers, that sort of thing. Which is surprising they don't come out December 1st and try and get the parents like Marvel do. Try and catch the parents off guard, like, oh, this new set's come out. It's well overpriced, but your kid's gonna love it. September 1st this year is cooked with the Spider-Verse series alone. Oh, the Spider-Verse series does look good. Yes, I am looking to pick up at least one of them. I can't really tell. Can't really tell which one I prefer. I think we'll also need some wedges. Some of these, some of the chunky wedges. To get the, or maybe not that chunky, but to get the angles on the bottom. Because this does have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different little tentacles coming out the bottom. I think that does go to the edge, so we'll have something on that side. Maybe that's where the chunky one will go. There you go. Oh yeah, that was fairly easy to do. Let's see if I can get a stand to prop this up. Got a nice little phone stand here. There we go, that will stop it. Almost dropped that. That will stop it from rocking on the plates. Only a little bit there. And put that there, thank you. Boop. You'd make a custom stand that looks like the Spider-Verse portals. Ooh, oh yeah, from the place that they will meet up. Alright, we got some of the white. I think we're going one more with these. I'm missing a 2x3. 2x3, 3x6. Could whiten it. Nah. Do need some 2x3s. I tell you what, let's start plating it up. And I'll see how wide these can be. I don't really want them being too wide. I think that's the widest we'll go on the edge. Maybe one more in. Just like that. Well, unless we flip them. Ooh, yeah, go on. We'll section that off. Hexagon shapes, that would look cool. A bunch of those in orange as portals. Thank you. That'll work for a Marvel mock as well. Right, 2x3. We angle these separately. How far do they go in? The thing is, we're going to want these to stick out more, aren't we? We want these end ones to go as far as they can. Too far? Maybe too far. This is going to be tricky. Ooh. And then... Oh, no, there we go. Oh, that'll work. Get those corner brackets in. So if we just kind of merge them together, that'd be cool. Do you think we'll get a Thrawn's Chimera? Because we just got the Star Destroyer, which would have been perfect. Perfect for the Thrawn's Chimera. And then we've got little claws sticking out the side. Then they might do one for Ahsoka Season 2. But, well, I mean, Cal Kestis is popping up in Rebuild the Galaxy. We don't know what Lego's planning at the minute. Maybe they've already got one planned. Oh, so close. And then we need some 4x plates. That'll do, that'll do. What have we got at the back? 1x2. Just like so. This is also helping to solidify the underneath of the Star Destroyer, which isn't bad, but you know, it's plates at the end of the day, so it does need all the help it can get. What I want to see from Lego Star Wars next year is a few more affordable playsets, rather than just like the battle packs that have the one build. Some actual ships, something like the midi scale UT-80 that we built in the last stream. Something like that could be really cool. A handheld playset, you know, kind of like these battle packs, kind of like the old Eaters, you know, the £30 sort of playset, something like that, because Lego isn't getting expensive, not that quickly. And it'd be nice to pick up a few different sets and mash them together. Morning from Atlanta, Georgia. Hello there. Sitting watching a favourite YouTuber. Thank you. Whilst resting up from work, working up from rest. Oh. Yes, busy week for me too. So it's nice to hop on the stream and talk about Star Wars, you know. Better than scrolling through and seeing all the clickbait videos of sets retiring and, you know, this is no longer available. I tell you what, I do sit there scroll sometimes, and I'm thankful that it's not Lego, because I remember looking through all the Lego Star Wars shorts and that were popping off. And it makes it seem so dark, so dreary. Some of the stuff, but I can't wait to see what we got next year. This year was a pleasant surprise, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. And it somehow keeps getting better. Somehow, Lego do it. Don't know how. I'd love to know. And then we got the legs. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, quite satisfying watching it slide. A 2x6 would be perfect. Or two 1x6s, you know. I'll take any. Or do they stick out? Because we need to get some details with the head as well. Right, maybe some corner brackets. Yes, just like that. I had a little look at the magazine. So every month we get a Lego Star Wars magazine. If you're not in America, sorry, I don't have any control over that. But yeah, for the rest of the world, we do get Lego Star Wars magazines every month around this upcoming week. Around next week, I think we should be getting a new one. And we've seen so many images of countries across Europe getting different magazines. We've just had the Ahsoka one, I think, and now we're getting the Din Djarin one this month. But we're still waiting on the Darth Maul one from the Sith Infiltrator. We're also waiting on the... What else are we waiting for? We're waiting for the Droideka. Oh yes, the UCS Droideka. The little build from the UCS Droideka is coming in a future magazine as well. I can't remember which country's got that one. There's so many different magazines. And we're not really seeing many of them. Not yet. Bit of jump work. It thins the head, but how are we going to go about the teeth? Ooh. Ooh, that's going to be a tricky one. Oh, wait. What if I can get like a door hinge? I don't even know if I have any of these pieces in the color I'm looking for. Sort of hope and pray at this point. A white door hinge would save us here. Or a door hinge of... Oh, yes. Three of them. Working till 2. Working 2, sorry, till 12:30 in the morning. I used to do nights, and it was fun whilst I was doing them, but then looking back, I don't think I'd go back to it. It is nice to get some sleep. It's not too bad, 12:30, but it's a trek. Worth it for the Lego. Theoretically, you can make a Star Destroyer any size by extending the plates out the back. Yeah, and you just have to build the engines a bit thicker. So that would work quite well. Also, how cool. This looks like some snowy mountain or something. You've got the snow resting on the top, the cliff edge. Also looks like a cool Star Wars ship. If you just flip the Star Destroyer upside down, maybe add like a little bridge sticking out. Like a little unicorn horn at the front, a little bridge. That'd make a nice custom ship. This is what we're working with so far. The Thrawn's Chimera. You can kind of see it building together. I do want to mix up. Maybe we can add some undertows to create some lines in the base of it. So that gives us a good shape to go off so far. We've got the little eyes, the teeth, the something going around, and I just want to add a beak in the middle. Don't know what I'll use for the beak. Maybe a round 1x2, maybe a teeth, maybe a tooth flipped, a teeth, maybe a tooth. If I flip a tooth, ah, yes. Oh, but now do I want to extend that? No, I think we could use a clip. We could use a clip. Might revisit that with a clip. You know what? Let's get the clip. Still planning on getting a Lego Transformers Soundwave. Oh, that's going to be a fun build, especially with the techniques that there when you finish building. I think building it's going to be fun, but also transforming it. Every time you want to switch it up and turn it from vehicle to car, or from vehicle to car, from vehicle to mech, and mech to, yeah, you know what? I was getting onto something there. From vehicle to car. Oh, it does look like a fun build. Let's go it all out. We got some of these curved pieces as well, yeah. But with the Star Wars magazine, I'm confused as to what we're meant to be getting after Din, because all of Europe seems to be getting different things. Very confusing. I'm really for January, so I am starting to eye up some of these January sets that are coming out. I'm looking at the battle pack, the 332nd. I think I'll pick up day one. Honestly, I don't want to see battle packs getting much more expensive. So yeah, if you could afford it, you know, you might as well pick it up and show Lego that you are still picking up the cheap ones, even at full price. They're not that bad. Maybe that's what Lego are thinking. Maybe that's what Lego are trying to do. Oh no, it's a trap. Oh, am I going to build a hyperdrive ring for it? Ooh, probably not straight away, but I'd love to eventually, because I've been watching the prequels recently with my partner, and we're on to Revenge of the Sith now. But watching Attack of the Clones made me realise I wanted, before building the UCS Slave one, bit late now, but before building it, I wanted to build the ring for Kenobi's Delta. The Lego playset that they've come out with is a bit too big, but I wanted to modify that for big scale, make it so it fit with the Kenobi Delta. And even though we've built the Slave one, we can definitely still go about building the ring for it. So maybe I can build one for the Star Destroyer as well. Not at the same time, of course. Well, wouldn't that be a challenge? Especially same materials to build them both. But it would look awesome with a set. I'm sure someone's already done it using a alternate build of sorts. I wouldn't know which set to pick. It'd have to be like a modular set or something that has a load of plates and a load of panel pieces. I think that would be the easiest. Right, we've got these clips sticking out. Any more teeth? I realise I'm using them all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. Show us number 7. Show us number 7. Oh, it's got to be in here, right? Yes! Aha! Yes! No! It's the wrong sort of tooth. It's the one that's on an angle to it. Next year is the 25th anniversary of JP3. Playing Minecraft earlier, made a Spinosaur. Oh, from Jurassic Park. 25 years already. Mad. Jurassic Park 3 is a good one. I don't know which Jurassic Park would be my favourite. I have to rewatch them. I'll rewatch them after Star Wars. Yeah, we're going 1 through 9 and not getting distracted this time. So we're not watching Clone Wars or anything in between to see if... Well, I'm interested to see if I feel any differently about them. I don't think that will be the case too extremely, but it's going to be interesting to see how it pops out. Alright, I'm going to nick that and move the clips down. I think that'll work. Yes, looks a bit cleaner as well. There's one unbrickable, but requires a massive black stand. Yeah, I think if I did build it, I'd have to flatten off the bottom, kind of like what I expected them to do with the Death Star. Like they did with the original playset Death Star, and they just got rid of the little bit at the bottom. I'd have to do something like that. I mean, I'm looking at the Star Destroyers for Thrawn, and there's not many Lego, but there's a lot of model built ones, like 3D printed and the likes. And they get away with having a black stand for the Peridia Tower that does look like it's going into... Well, it is. It is going into the Star Destroyer, kind of propping the whole thing up. I wonder on the other side what's going to... Because I don't see Thrawn repairing this ship. I wonder what's going to happen to it on the other side. Guess we'll have to wait and see for, what, the next season of Ahsoka, probably. Alright, here is the exterior. Those big arms that cross and then come back in. 32 years since the first one. Well, not far off Star Wars, I guess. That makes sense. Definitely recommend that ILM. The ILM show on, I think it's called ILM on Disney Plus. That was real good. The first season, and then they've got a second season now. That's a good one. Right, here's some more. Oh, here's some more thick ones. Where have I got all these thick wedges from? It would be great for building a gunship. Yeah, all these white plates, but not too handy for something like the Chimera. Unless you build the underside like I am. Don't know how many more big plates we can use. And then, oh, they're quite thick. The arms are honestly this thick, so though I want to change it, I don't think I will. And then, oh, just need little arms now. How little? Too big? Ooh, yeah, too big. I think this is where we use the plates, because we can get them off at an angle. What is it about? What about? The Droideka is meant to be coming. I've had a little look. Droideka's meant to be coming this... No, the next one. So it's meant to be the next one after... Wait, if it's meant to be the next one, what about Maul? Because I thought Maul was meant to be after Ahsoka, honestly. 1 month. Oh, the tin box. This is a special edition. So the Maul one was a special edition. We saw the special edition DC that didn't come with any build, and then we saw the... Oh, I think the DC one kind of goes in line though. So I wonder when we get Maul. That will supposedly be the September one for us. Oh, and then the Droideca's rumoured to come September, which would be October. So I think we've worked this out. At the minute, it's Din this month. Ahsoka's on shelves now in the UK. Then it's Din, then it's Maul, and then it is the Droideca. Might have to pick up more. Didn't pick up the set. Managed to pick up the other two figures so far. For quite cheap. The show. The show? ILM. ILM is behind the scenes of ILM. So it's not just Star Wars. They go into a little bit of everything. You see like Star Trek, you see Jurassic Park, you see all the many, basically everything. Everything they worked up on. And then in the early 2000s, one of them splits and starts their own company, aside from ILM, when they're going digital, and they start Waiter, which is the company behind like Lord of the Rings and everything that ILM didn't do. So technically ILM did everything. It brushes upon Pixar, which Lucas created. THX is in there, a few other companies that Lucas started that you might not know about, and it's like a documentary, but it's really interesting, and they've got their own storylines going throughout as well. What's the longest I've spent changing a MOC until I'm happy? Yours is 2 years. What's the longest that I've done? Mine is probably not far off the one that I've got available. I've just started parting out this slave one here, and this is the Jango Fett recolor of the 2019 one. I didn't recolor it straight away, but I have been recoloring it for quite some time. Let's see if I can sort out the light. There we go. A little bit better. And I think I showed this off first in 2019. I want to say, when I just tried to change it with a bunch of blue plates, ended up redoing it completely. And I mean, it went through a load of changes from about 2019 until what, 2 weeks ago. So 2019, no, 2023 to about 2 weeks ago. And that's 2 years. I don't think it's been any longer than that. I take it back. I don't like this light. I'm going to switch it back. The sun's so bright outside, it's creeping through the windows. Yeah, I think 2 years for this one. Anything more? No, a lot of the times I do try to find myself moving on, and I get distracted so easily that even if I'm not happy with something, I'll forget about it, move on, be building something different. And I guess that does help. The downside to that is also I get distracted easily, so my focus is not on what I'm building, and I'm always thinking about something else. A bit like today, where we've got the leaks up. That's to try and distract me and keep me building this. Turning out really well so far. I might layer some more grey slopes or something on the back, just to get... Oh look, this is the piece that we needed a second ago. Just to get a bit more dimension in here, I think. At the same time, I quite like how it is, and I don't want to mess it up. It's a bit white blocky at the bottom, but I think that works for Thrawn's ship. I do think that looks quite nice. We've just got to work on the hands, and the right one, hands I say, they're not exactly hands, but the little claws of the beast, the right one is a little bigger. So, wait, what do we say? Left smaller, right one bigger. All right. I think we would have needed it the other way around. What we could do is end one, and as we end one, yeah, we'll end it with another clip. Let's go get a clip or two. And then it's the same size as the one at the bottom of the ship. I think that'll look the best. Hardest part is getting this to line up. Oh, there we go. Feels like cheating that way. How are we gonna have this? Maybe extend it out. Yeah, that might work. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Taking a zoomed out look to it, I think these arms are a bit too big on the side. I might want to slim them out. They just look like they're pushing out a bit too wide. And then we'll sort out a bit more grey at the bottom. Do I have any smaller? We look for like 3x6, something like that, to go on the bottom. And well, maybe right at the bottom of this. No. Right, I'm lacking on white plates here. Let's see what we can switch up. We could take 2 from there, or we could switch it up to plates. Honestly, if we just have a long plate running up the side, and then we get some 2x4s. I might keep that and up some of the top of it first. So right now, the one thing that does concern me is the fact that there's extra plates at the bottom. I think these extra plates are going to stick out when we flip it upside down, just at the bottom bit here. I quite like how they're shaping up. Maybe if we flipped, maybe if we put those forward. Right, something like this, something like there. Yeah, that would just about work. Right, there we go. That has it. That was an easy fix, because then the plates are pushing up against the angle. We just need to secure it in, which we could do with slopes. Where did I put those last time? Or we could, like a plate and a button will work. Maybe just a plate. Depending on how fragile they want to be. They might keep in there. So there's the bottom of Thrawn's Chimera. Not perfect. There's a few things we could have done with our own custom parts, but we've dealt with what we can. Now it looks like Thrawn's underneath. We need to fix up the top, find out where that back to pod went. We'll put that on the desk, I think. I think it's meant to go the other side. We'll keep it on the desk for now. And I don't know why I got these tiles out. White tiles on the anti-studs. Wasn't a very smart idea. And then I don't know what else has been going on in Lego. You know, we talk a lot of Star Wars. A few hours ago, an Architecture Paris set. Has it been that long since the giant Eiffel Tower has come out? They're making more. They're making mini Eiffel Towers. I'm sure if you go to France, you've already got some. But now we've got more mini Eiffel Towers. And then for the top of front, maybe underside, we can add some tan as well. But I think mostly for the top of it. This left-hand side doesn't seem too bad. Actually, the worst part is up here on the bridge. So we've got the left-hand side has a bit of tan at the front. Do I have any tan wedges? Or what? A 2x4. A 2x4 I don't think is going to be too handy here. No, dark? Ooh, I was going to go tan. What if I go with dark grey instead? That will work. I've got so many dark grey. This isn't all of them for this side, but this is a lot of them. And this is also the wrong wing. Is it? No, because it's the outside. All right, we just need the other half. That'll do. Little chunk of them on the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 10 of them. About 10 of them. That will do nicely. Keep that up there. So, with a Thrawn set, right? With the Star Destroyer, we got Vader. We got, what did we get? Let's get it up. With the Lego Star Destroyer, we got 6 minifigures. We got Vader. We're not including Cal. We got an officer. So we're looking at minifigures for this ship. We've got our Thrawn. Where did Thrawn go? We've got our Thrawn minifigure. We've got our Captain Enoch, which I do have a custom of. I will be including this in the display as well. Oh, there's Captain Enoch. We need a close-up cam. I can just... There we go. There's Captain Enoch. I can get focus on that, right? There's our Captain Enoch minifigure with arm printing and all. Shame to see Lego didn't make a Captain Enoch minifigure. That would have been nice. Oh, there's also a zombie head. Oh, I didn't show you the zombie head. I didn't notice there was a zombie head underneath. Red glowing eyes reminds me of, there was a zombie, I don't know if it's Ninjago or if it was another theme. I've got a zombie head and it has like no pupil eyes as well. And then we've got Thrawn. You all know Thrawn. This is definitely the best minifigure of Thrawn. Happy we got dual molded legs, like we were talking about earlier in the stream. Improves the minifigures just that much. And I've also got, see, I've got one of the Night Troopers from Peridia. I think this would likely be a figure. Actually, I think we could get two of these, and I think one of these would have Ezra's face underneath from being the stowaway. I think that'd be a nice reference, because I know it's easy to take a Night Trooper to add Ezra's face to it. Ezra's got a lovely minifigure face. Let's get Ezra, because we're technically including Ezra as the next character. Oh, where's Ezra? Oh no. Oh, I thought Ezra was with my Ahsoka peeps. No, Ezra is with the others. Actually, I think I know what other two minifigures I'd add. And this might be a hot Ahsoka take. But we'll get them ready. So, here we have our Ezra minifigure, which is from the duel on Peridia. This is the exact same minifigure. There does seem to be a dual-sided head. A little angrier expression, which can be kept with the helmet as long as they give us a bit of hair. We've also got, how about including, speaking of the ring, a Balin Skull minifigure and a Shin Hati minifigure. Never picked up the original sets, so these are customs. That uses Luke Skywalker's Hoth torso flipped and the pants from the Bespin Luke, a very Luke-ish minifigure. And then we've got the reverse of the Final Order officer with Vader or Palpatine's legs. I think these might be Palpatine's legs. Yeah, Palpatine's legs with a little robe to represent the tunic down either side. I think that would work quite well. Balin and Shin. But they kind of go better with a ring, I'll be honest. I do think, well, they work in this context. I think that's the important bit. They work with the set. So then make some nice minifigures. Though I would love to see more different types of the Night Troopers. Besides the two types that we've got with a battle pack. One of them reuses Peridia, so it must be two types. There's our nose. Am I using pearl gold or metallic gold accents? Well, that's what I was looking at. I was going to use tan, because the Star Destroyer is built like the Troopers. But I think I'm going to use dark grey. What if I cover it in different metallic pieces? I like the idea of like adding vents and stuff. We got a load of metallic vents and pearl gold vents as well, and ingots maybe on the top. That would be a good idea. Let's see what this looks like, because there's a lot of exposed Star Destroyer-ness, isn't there, still? Oh, I don't think it's on this side here. Let's turn that one back to grey. But there's definitely gold on this piece. It's kind of like they've taken other ship components and just soldered them on. So the grey shining through with the gold and... oh wait, that's just light grey. There we go, get some metallic grills on there. That might make it look at least a little more. There we go. And then we've still got, there's definitely some dark grey around them. There's, we're in the middle. Oh, it's all around here. So then if we get another, maybe we don't even need to pull off these parts. I do want it to be dark grey underneath. A 4x6. Is this on one side or both? Both sides. So we're going to need two. I quite like that idea. Maybe I can even get a tan for the other side, because I think tan's a bit closer to gold than grey is. That bar is so low. It's so low. Yeah, like that. And then we'll just cover it. Maybe have some gold trailing off. I'm not sure how much gold I have in here. But we've got this section. We've got a little section up here. That is only a little bit, actually. Already got a little bit of dark grey. A load of these silver pieces. I don't know, again, I don't know where I've got so many of these from. But that's already, you need to cover this one up. It's already looking so good. Let's get some ingots as well. We don't want it all to be radiator tiles. Oh, plenty of gold. I've hit the gold jackpot. Let's not use it all in one place. Make sure that, no, that's light bluish grey again. If I hold it to the light, I can see the metallic ones. Yes, yes. There's a trick I use with my decals as well. Trying to find which of the decals have been covered fully. If you hold it to the light, it shines in a specific way and makes it so much easier to tell. Which, you know, if it's easier to tell, makes it easier then to distinguish which ones aren't and which ones are. Make sure you're not picking up one that hasn't been coated yet. Noob Master come from Avengers Endgame. Thor's nickname, isn't it? That's one of those throwaway lines that has just stuck with everyone. They didn't think of it much in the movie. Well, I doubt they did. And then it sticks with people. So there we are. I think I need to bleed this out a little. Let's get maybe a tile in there as well. Oh no, a grill. Yes. That's what it needs. We'll replace the light grey with a golden grill. The best way of checking, see how it looks, is to hold it up against the camera. And then you'll be able to see exactly what you want to change. Yeah, there we are. And I think it sits on top without the clip. Yeah, I don't remember what clips it. I don't know what catches it. Nothing. Oh, it's the Technic catches on the plates. No, because that's not far enough. No, it doesn't. It doesn't center it. What catches? Unless it is the Technic on the other side. This ship will always amaze me. There you go. Something like that. And then we'll clip this up in a second. Just once we know we don't need to improve any other bits. And then, oh, this is all covered this side. The front of it isn't, but the back of it goes ham. Oh no, not the endgame final battle. Flashbacks. Lego is still, it's still happening. Lego is still making it happen. Alright, we could. Oh, I can't wait for the next Avengers movie and then just to absolutely milk it in Lego sets. I think the sets at least have been good. Good quality Lego sets, but yeah, it's been going on for quite some time now. You can put them out of their misery soon. Tell you what, I also have, look at this. This is a custom brick from a Bricklink store. I think it's called like Mine Brick, something like that. And they've coated a tan ingot, just a regular tan ingot, in this chrome gold paint. And it's done well. It hasn't chipped or anything. I've had that for a while. I might add that to this build somewhere. There's, oh, on the bridge, right on the side, there's the perfect spot for it. So I'm going to keep that out. And where's the tray? Where did I put my tray? I have a sorting tray perfect for this. And it's gone for a walk. All right, we'll pour it out over the desk. And just pick out all the gold ones. We're going to be using them all. Maybe a few of the grey ones. There's an actual Lego gold one. That one's less shiny. Still gold. Oh, there's another gold. Wait, I didn't think I had any. There's another gold metallic one. There's another gold metallic one. I didn't think I had any actual ones. Right, I'm going to swap this middle one, I think. Just to get it a different shade of gold. Nice to know. Oh no, I've just trimmed my nail, so I cannot get in there for that piece. Hey. Almost impossible. But we did it. And there's the little shimmer. And then how did we sit it? That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. I guess we go with a dark tan on the side here as well. One for the top, one for the bottom, and 1x6s. It'd be nice to get a 3D model of this. I hope Lego get 3D models when they're doing them, because otherwise it makes it really hard to see what's around the back. And then some 2x6. Don't know if I need tan or not yet, so we'll just keep those out to the side. You could make a first Fortnite Easter egg was in Pro Thor's new Asgard. Yeah, Lego did. You can make an accurate Naboo Royal Starship with normal chrome paint. Yeah, a lot of people do. Just build it out of Lego, because then you can have unlimited pieces. It's what Lego did with the F1 trophy. If you've seen the new F1, or it's not a Lego set, but it is brick built, the F1 trophy they gave to Lando Norris, that was built with regular Lego and then chrome painted. Whenever Lego come out with a brand new color, what they actually do is they get a regular piece and they'll put it in the set, and then they'll just paint over the top of it, and decide down the line, like, someone will get an email, this needs to be a color, but they just paint it initially, which is fun knowing that they've got so many bricks that they're just painting them all away. I mean, I've painted a fair few bricks over the years. You know, it's not something you tend to do when Lego is as expensive as it is. It costs a lot, it costs enough. We don't need to be painting them all. I would like to make an Acura, both the Naboo Royal ships. There's two different types, isn't there? Or two different variations of them, and there's a few different chrome structures, minifigures even. Imagine a chrome 3PO. I want to find really nice chrome paints that I can use, and then as soon as I find a nice chrome paint, I think I'll be going ham with all these ships that I'm making. And then, like, cleaning them is a pain, but I'll probably, for the most part, just print all the elements I need. That'll save me having to break them all down afterwards. Maybe some dark grey will break up the bunch. Yeah, I don't like the three of them in a row. We'll sort that out. Normally just rotate a few. Imagine if Lego do Lego sets for the new Jurassic World game, the Jurassic Park game, Evolution 3. I think they'd get away with doing sets because they're all dinosaurs, aren't they? There's so much Lego could do that I worry it's going to be taken away from what they are doing. With Star Wars especially, Andor saw one set for each series. We saw, well, technically two if you include K2SO. For the Jedi games, we only got one BD set, and apparently that droid's pretty expensive as well. So apparently, I haven't checked, but it does make sense. BD's a very popular character and now popping up in even Lego movies, which I saw a few articles saying that the new Rebuild the Galaxy is the first movie that Cal Kestis is going to be in. But isn't it also a 4-part series, similar to the first season? I think it was 4 parts. 4 episodes to the show. I don't think everyone writing these articles has seen it. So, yeah, fair enough. But they could Google. They could Google it. They could. It's a Google away. It's fun. It is a little funny seeing, not seeing people slip up, but you know, seeing the little things that come through, articles, videos. I make so many mistakes and slip ups in my own. I think that's probably why I enjoy it. There we go. Oh, we could continue a bit. Yeah, maybe have a little bit in the middle as well. Am I keeping enough for the front? Yeah. You know what we haven't included? The colour black anywhere. Now we have. And brown. Let's add a brown on it. Let's go ham with the colours. Brown next to a dark red. No, that does not. Dark red's too colourful. We can't be doing that. Can't wait to see all the dark red Clone Wars ships next year. That's the thing with it being separatists. If we do switch it up and we only get separatists next year, we can't get any of the white, dark red colour combinations. Quite a fan of that. So I think that's enough before we do too much. And it looks like we've just bombarded it with a bunch of different gold and grey plates. Whoa, that's looking nice. Now let's get to work on the top. Bottom's going to be an easy change. We're going to swap out. We might keep the grey. I might keep the grey 2x2 because we don't want it to be all non-light bluish grey. And then for the front, because we don't have any gold 2x6s, they may exist, we just don't own any. I'm gonna pop off. Hello there, RoboTim's Adventures. Pop off a 2x6 in tan and use that instead. There we are. Just like so. This is something that I'd love to see Lego do. They could go on the software that they've got this, just splash around a few different colours, and then release this as a set mainly for those minifigures. That minifigure lineup. Let's move these. Let's get rid of these Lego Labubu. If you haven't seen the short already, check it out after the stream. 3 different colours of them. Blue, pink, and purple. Might be a few more that I make over time. Who knows? That could be the start of the addiction. So we got Balin Skull, Shin Hati, Ezra, the Night Trooper. We've got Captain. Name. Oh no. Goldface. We got Goldface and Thrawn. Enoch. Captain Enoch. There you go. Beat you to it. Knew I'd remember. I had no faith. I think that's a solid lineup. There you go. New Master got it. Enoch. And I wouldn't be disappointed with that lineup of figures for a Thrawn's Broken Chimera. That's quite a nice lineup. Oh, we said about the real gold one on the side. Real in quotation marks. I've not used it yet because I was worried that when I put it down, I'd chip it, taking it off, and I've only just realised that that's why I've not used it, so that's going to be fun to see. I'm sure it'll be alright. We've got on the front another ingot. There's a few clips on here as well. Like this end piece is fairly easy to just put a grill over. But then we kind of need some 1x1s, I think. There was another gap down here that could do with a 1x1 in, maybe in gold? Is this gold? Oh yeah. Oh, shiny gold. Right, 1x1s. Plenty of 1x1s in gold. Not as shiny as the chrome though. We need more chrome pieces, I think. And then 2x2s as well. And 2 different golds, so we can cover this one. When I put the tan. There they are. This went a lot quicker than I thought. Honestly. Don't get me wrong, the work's not done yet. Still need to find a way to balance this over the Peridia battle. And the bridge is a custom bridge. Rather than using the element that Lego have, I've replaced it with a few pieces, a few round elements. Lego could have totally brick built the bridge for the Star Destroyer, as they went with a spherical shape and not a, well, however many sided shape it is. Because it's not a rounded shape, it is quite a, what's this? Could also change a few of those elements. Quite a bumpy shape. That's looking like a broken down bridge. Kind of blends across. Do we have another gold grill? We could put something on the other side as well. One gold grill coming up. And then a few extra ones, like they've been soldered on top, I guess. Even in front here. Maybe a little, yeah, a little something underneath. Like so. There we go, just the little bits. And we also need to work on this centerpiece. Because this goes on top here in the middle. And this all up here, we don't have a lot of studs here. But what we do have is a lot of gold, a lot of rust, a little bit up the neck as well. So if we can stack this on. Another gold would be nice, but I'm definitely coming towards the end of it. Ah, there's one. Yeah, something like this. Just a little bit of gold on it. Bring some colour to all the silver pieces that we're using. Oh, getting the light grey. If the light grey catches the light, it's over. Can't tell which is which. There we go. Something like that. No more studs on it to do anything else. Let's take it apart. Does this sit without the 1x3s? Yeah. Still sits perfectly. And actually locks the wings up. So there we go. Let's fit this all back in with a Technic and take a little look at it. I don't think there's been any new. Super excited for the Siege of Mandalore. That's going to be, well, that's going to be my favourite set from January. Also looking at the DeLorean and maybe Lightning McQueen from the Speed Champions line. They're interesting me at the minute. I wonder though if the DeLorean, because there's been a few other sets like the DeLorean that I've looked at and gone, oh, that, like, the idea of it I like, building it I like, but then the set comes out and I'm like, well, £20, I'll probably just part it out, end up parting it out, because it's not a build that I'm probably going to keep around for too long. So whether I'll pick it up, January is when I'd pick it up full price, because if I don't pick it up full price, I probably won't want it in a sale. Which sounds bad. I guess it's not great. But yeah, hopefully I do make a decision on that. What did we pick up last year? I think last year might have been the... This year, I can't remember, but last year might have been the T-Rex fossil? Or was that this year? Maybe that was this year. I think the Yoshi bike was later than I thought as well. Spider-Man. There was a Spider-Man playset that came out January. A lot of the cheaper sets. A lot of the £8 to £20. Maybe like the £140 in the T-Rex skull. But January is when I'm looking at all the different cheap sets that have come out, trying to get the most bang for your buck. And the Siege of Mandalore seems like a good deal. Down the line, no doubt, just like the other 332nd pack. And the... Oh yeah, and the other battle pack that'll be available 2 for £20 or around that price. That just means we can get more of them. And maybe in January I'll pick up a few more of the current Clone Troop, not the one that just come out, the cheaper Clone Trooper battle pack, the one that came with the plain shiny Phase 2 Clone Troopers. And I'll tell you what, a Phase 1 would do really nice in the new year. I think a Phase 1 Clone Trooper Battle Pack would sell so well. It's been so long since we got anything like that. I think a little bit of everyone would pick that up. Well, all prequel fans probably. But if we've got a battle pack with a 330 seconds, you know, anything's possible in the way of Phase 1s. Because we haven't seen the Phase 2 Ahsoka troops on screen for a few years now. And even the Phase 1s showed up as recently as Ahsoka. I think we got a few Phase 1s in a scene of that. Little flashback. Like this. Not easy. But we're getting there. Make sure we secure everything. I'm putting the connection on the middle. See if it's any stronger than the side. I feel like it helps the front a little bit. There we go. Or you could just leave all the connections on. Really don't have to pop them off. And then spin it around. Oh, we're an engine down as well. Where did that go? That might be on the display shelf. No, this engine. We're missing an engine. Fitting. Fitting for Thrawn's ship. We're not missing an engine, are we? The Wallace and Gromit set. Oh, the Lego Ideas. Yes, that's releasing January as well. Okay, there's a few sets released in January. Let's see if we can get a master list. If we can get master list, I can start planning out what I'm picking up. Here we go. So this is up to date, allegedly. There's an Animal Crossing set. Oh, this is polybag. Yeah, a lot of polybags coming out. We've got the Paris set. We've got Cherry Blossoms for next year. Oh, these aren't January as well. No, a lot of these are the rumoured ones for March. All right, here's City. We get another go-kart. Wait, this is a polybag as well. Cement mixer, a police van, a police truck. Oh, a rides police truck and a rides fire truck. A rides construction loader, a rides gaming car. Is rides what they're calling the soapboxes? That like there's a new theme of those. I don't think they're soapboxes. That'll be interesting to see what rides are. Police truck, fire truck, construction truck, and a gaming car. There's a hot rod and a EV supercar, an electric supercar. They're all at the $10 price mark, so like $8.99, maybe like £7 in a Smith's. A taxi, a Fry's truck, a Jet versus car, a snow plow coming out in January. Wish for snow. Motorcycle, Formula One, tractor, an airport fire truck, a Lego van, an airport with airplane. Wow. A Coast Guard helicopter, a rescue boat and helicopter, airplane, service truck and hovercraft remix. They're the sets that have the ships and vehicles broken into thirds and you can mix them. And a police train heist. Ooh. Well, creator, orange cat, cute animal birthday party. These are all January as well. Cute hamster with a flower, cute Easter bunny. Cute, wait, 3. Oh, I thought these were polybags. Turtle with a water lily, a fierce dino, a retro game console, a shark and chest, a puppy dog, a colourful hummingbird, and beautiful dolphins. Sea animals and wild animals having their own sub-themes. Bruce Wayne and the Bat Suit. I think that's a Brickheads. No, that's a polybag. 30726. I think that's a polybag. I'm gonna skip. No, we're gonna skip. No, we won't skip any of them. Aerials and Flanders, music, fun. Elsa Snow Ride, yada yada yada. Aristocrats Marie is meant to come out January. The Aristocats, the Disney one. Olaf's Picnic Fun. Yeah. Sally's Flower Pot. Sally's Flower Pot. Sally. Is that Sally as in Nightmare Before Christmas with the flower pot? Kevin and Doug, Minnie Belle and Tiana, Cinderella, Winnie the Pooh, unnamed set, $150. Toy Story Slinky Bookends. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Airport with airplane will be $300 the way it's going with prices. Oh no. The good thing is with the UK prices is what's usually rumoured tends to be the set. So Star Wars has been expensive with a few different sets. A lot of these are big. The bookends being $150. What? But when you see that Lego sets have been increased in dollars and the dollars go up, that's down to American taxes, the import tax and the likes. And thankfully, we're not paying any extra for that. Unless you're ordering them from America, in which case, yeah, you're probably looking at like double the price of some of these. Dreams has got a Fox Guardian mech, a Crocodile Submarine, a Scorpion Digger, a Dino Jet, and a Tiger Shark tank. Looking forward to those. Not sure if they're January yet. And yeah, like Fortnite getting more. There's some friend sets. Oh, Harry Potter. Harry Potter's got some January releases. Sorting Hat Ceremony, Cornish Pixie buildable. That's going to be cool. A Privet Drive Escape, which is the Hagrid bike. Hospital Wing, Secret Potions class. A Collector's Philosopher's Stone. So that will be like the giant Hedwig with books, but Philosopher's Stone edition. Luna Lovegood's house. First time in Lego perhaps. And another Flying Ford Anglia. A bit more pricey. So that's going to be a bigger buildable Ford Anglia, chances are. What else have we got? Oh, have I heard Fortnite adding Scooby-Doo? I have. I didn't think about the updated pieces. That's a great idea. Yeah, because we'll get. I wonder if they'll do Scooby-Doo like a Lego minifigure. Oh no, that's gonna look so cursed. A Scooby-Doo Lego minifigure. We saw Grievous and IG-88. They pulled those off and probably inspired Hyang to be minifigure form. Because we were watching Revenge of the Sith this morning, I was looking at the Magna Guards and wondering if the Magna Guards would look as good with minifigure proportions, because Lego seem to be doing it to everyone. I know designers are trying to keep droid parts in check. Star Wars, it's easy. B1 battle droids will never be minifigures. B2s, however, would look weird. They'd look so... I have to do a video making droids into minifigures. Maybe we could do vice versa as well, making minifigures into droid. Luke Skywalker dual molded legs, but in an astromech body. So we got a Ghost Rider bike for $9.99. If this Ghost Rider bike includes the new Ghost Rider with the translucent orange hair, I might have to pick it up because I've been wanting that Ghost Rider for so long. Otherwise, I'll probably take a skeleton head from my collection and part out the piece online. We've also got Spidey on his motorcycle versus Rhino, which is same price, January. Underwater vehicles for $35. Pirate ship, a Venomized Wolverine. What? Okay, Marvel 2026 might be the year for Marvel, you know. Ghost Rider bike, we got Venomized Wolverine with Spider-Man car. Please don't give me another regular Spider-Man. I don't need it. Give me a different Spider-Man suit, maybe the PS4 version. And I'm having to pick that up for Venomized Wolverine. I've got the Venomized Green Goblin and the Venomized Green Goblin and the Venomized Doc Ock. So I have to get Venomized Wolverine to add to my collection. That's dangerous. Don't do that. That would be really cool to add those. And then we also have Miles Morales mech. Again, I have that set. I have the classic Miles Morales mech. And then Spider-Man Doc Ock mech. Wow, this is... I think Spider-Man Doc Ock mech is another double mech as well. I think they've twinned it because the Miles Morales mech is $15, about $12.99, and the Spider-Man Doc Ock is $30, which is about 25 pieces. That's cool. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. For Minecraft, we've got Alex's Campfire Conflict fit in because this year a set we did pick up was Steve's Campfire. Not a conflict as much as more of a restless night, but this is a poly bag, so likely only to come with Alex, a campfire, maybe a phantom. That would be a good poly bag, similar to the magazine. Steve's Tiger Adventure, which I feel like the Tiger's the winter one. I keep thinking the Tiger's the desert. Tiger's the winter one. Might be interested in that, especially if it comes with one of those Skelly Bobs. That'd be nice. Never an End Portal, Chicken Farm, love a chicken. Pal Garden, Zombie Garden, Fox, Mini Biomes, and Wither Battle. The Fox sounds like it's not a playset. Maybe the Fox is, and it's just got legs that work, but I'd love it to be a buildable Fox for that, around £35. We have 2 CMFs confirmed for next year. The collectible minifigure range due to return. I mean, it's only been gone one season for for the race cars, hasn't it? And Spider-Man's about to come onto our shelves. But the January CMF is meant to be buildable animals. Hello there. Hello there, Benny. And I might have to pick up quite a few of them. I really do like the costumes. That's it. Not buildable animals, the costumes. Ninjago's got a ton. Oh, we're going to have to speed through these. And are these all January? Oh, there's a March. There's a March to catch us out for the 15th anniversary. So Ninjago's turning 15 next year. No wonder why we've got so many. Hello there, Moonshoes. We've got Cole's car. We've got Naya and the Elemental Monster. We've got Lloyd versus the Elemental Spinner. Kai's Dragon, Jay's Dragon. They're both battle packs. Cole's Mission. Oh, no, wait. Jay's Dragon is a battle set. Kai's Dragon is a battle pack. Oh, slipped up there. Cole's Mission and Dragon Zane. Ninja Dragon Ryu's battle. A lot of Ryu. That's the dragon that we transformed into Toothless. We've got Jay's transforming car. We've got Ninja Vehicle Treehouse. That sounds awesome. Hold up. Do we have any more information on that? The Ninja Vehicle Treehouse battle. Likely to be a side build. Okay. 634. It's now said to be called, so the Ninja Vehicle Battle at the Treehouse is said to be called Ninja Vehicle Treehouse Battle. Treehouse being a side build for mechs and vehicles to battle. Still, Treehouse, I'm interested. The 4 Weapons Blacksmith, someone who's into Ninjago, let me know what that is. Dragon of Life, that's going to be another. Actually, the 4 Weapons Blacksmith and the Dragon of Life might be the big 18 plus style builds. They're both over 1,000 pieces. And then in March, we've got Lloyd's Titan Mech celebrating the 15th anniversary specifically. This is advertised as a 15th anniversary set. So I'm intrigued. 15th. What are they going to do for the 15th anniversary? And then in January, we've also got Ninjago character display. Don't know what that is. And the Old Town. It'd be nice if the character display, it's around that £40 price. So I wonder if that's going to come with like a few minifigures, maybe ones they haven't made, and just be a display for minifigures. We haven't seen that. Pokemon is giving us 2 18 plus sets. I think the rumor is at the minute they've been pushed back from January to March, and one of them is like 55 quid, the other is $200, so high hundreds, and I think they've been pushed back to March. Sonic's getting a car. Silver is getting a car versus Knuckles Monster Truck. Oh, again, another set I'm going to have to look out for. Maybe I can wait for the silver keyring. So far, Sonic, Knuckles and Shadow, I think, have had keyrings. Hopefully Silver gets keyrings next year and I don't have to fork out. It's like a £25 set. It's not expensive, but, you know, saving everything we can for Star Wars. You thought $140, $160 was expensive this year. I don't want to know how much they're getting next year. Speed Champions, we got McQueen and we got the Time Machine from Back to the Future, alongside a Bugatti, a Ferrari, a McLaren. I'm sure there'll be a few others. They're probably all likely to come out in January as well. Star Wars, here we go. Star Wars, we have the TIE Advanced Polybag. We then have like the TIE Advanced and the X-Wing rumoured for March. We have the 2 Mando Speeders. We have the MIDI Scowl, AT-AT and Venator, the buildable Grogu, the Shock Trooper Mech, the Siege of Mandalore Battle Pack, the buildable BB-8, and now we also have, rumoured for possibly March, possibly January, possibly May, who knows. I think probably around March, we have a Yoda and a Vader bust separately sold, but around the helmet mark. Now, the only problem I have with this, these are looking to be great sets based on the name and the number, which is what we have at the minute, is the Yoda bust is like 45 quid. The Vader bust is like 55 quid. I'm just subtracting $5 from the American prices, to be honest. And that is around the helmets, which means the Vader bust is probably not going to be far off the Comic-Con version, the Comic-Con bust that we got. And I kind of wanted it to be bigger. Black Panther bigger. Like go all out with the bust. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Zelda is becoming a theme. So it's Great Deku Tree 2-in-1. Coming out in March, 1,000 pieces, probably just over 100 quid actually. Great Deku Tree. Wait, is it? I think they've messed up here. Yeah, so the Great Deku Tree is 77092, And this set is 77093. It's not the Great Deku Tree 2-in-1. It's another set that probably relates to one of the more recent games since. And oh wow, a bunch of Technic as well. Another Hot Rod. Another Hot Rod in Technic. Maybe next year is the year for Hot Rods. Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't think there's been any leaks since this, so I think that's pretty much up to date. Looking for them, yeah, it seems to be the lot of them. Again, there's a polybag Hot Rod as well. Maybe that's the Technic. Maybe it's the Technic polybag Hot Rod. Dumbledore's office with Harry, another polybag. Going through the other polybags here, we got the Batman one I mentioned, the Alex Campfire Conflict for Minecraft, Spider-Man versus Anti-Venom Heist. I didn't pick up Anti-Venom this year, so that's a good polybag to be picking up. And a lot of these are 3 for £10 or £3.50 each, so I think they're quite affordable, the polybags. A great way to get some minifigures, and I'd love for them to return for May 4th. Wouldn't that be awesome? Getting some more Star Wars May 4th polybags. Anyway, that is everything in terms of leaks. Let's take a little look at this Star Destroyer, and then I'll get to recording the video for it. So again, we got the 6 minifigures down to my side of who I'd like to see in the set if Lego were to create this, were to make this their own. And let's bring that back up so I can make sure you're getting a good angle of this. And here is Thrawn's Chimera from Ahsoka. So we've added a few tiles. You didn't even need to replace the plates underneath, but take a look at that. This is going to look awesome on the display, especially with that one shiny ingot just up here. And then for the underneath, for those of you that missed the start of the stream, we also have Thrawn's giant painting. Who do you think he got to paint that? Are there a few like Imperial artists that had to lay on their back staring up at Star Destroyer, sliding along on like a land speeder or something just to get the details in there? Hopefully not. I think Thrawn's a bit classier than that. Honestly, knowing Thrawn, he probably painted it himself. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, we've got a minor malfunction at the bottom there where the plates are starting to bend. Oh wait, that's all right. That'll be on display for a few months, no doubt, before we break it down. I tell you what, I might even have to break this down for next week's ATST. It uses a lot of my grey plates, but as long as we've got it, as long as we've got it looking good on display on camera, I think that counts. Thank you so much. Hello there, Tecotico. Looks so much better than the standard set. Keep looking at mine thinking it's destined for the part bins. I find that's true for quite a few of the Lego sets actually, and the UCS sleeve one being the exception. I think eventually all my Lego sets at some point will be broken down. The Juggernaut's the next one I'm looking at parting down as well. Snow Speeders I do want to keep up for a little bit. They look nice. And maybe the Baby Slave one. I had so much fun building that. Thank you, Noob Master. It does look great, doesn't it? Especially the little detail on the bridge. Maybe I should rework the interior just a little bit, and we can add Thrawn leading his Star Destroyer. Tiny compared to it, and this is only a fraction of big scale. How big this is meant to be. I mean, even like 145 minifigure scale is crazy huge. A lot bigger than the UCS set for sure. Keep a lot of the builds, but Star Destroyer is too great. Yes, I find the Force Burner Snow Speed, even the regular Snow Speeder with the orange is enough. The Juggernaut's got a red stripe. Not a fan of that. The AT-RT though, we recolored it for the 501st, and I quite like that. That's a nice blue, vibrant set that can stay on. The Deltas. Oh, the Deltas and the Eaters. We've got Kenobi's Delta, we've got Plo Koon's Delta, Anakin's Eater, Ahsoka's Eater on the desk still. They stay built for quite some time. I think the T-Rex skull gets away with it for just looking cool, but that is a completely tan build. When was this model released, like the base model? Oh, the prettier base. Well, the base model for the Star Destroyer was last year, last September. And that was part of the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars anniversary. It comes with Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis alone, last we checked, was worth way too much. Let me bring it up. Cal Kestis, I can't remember exactly. It was a couple of hundred for sure. Cal Kestis is selling, the cheapest is £42 right now. Pretty steep, but you can find the set on sale. I don't know how much of a sell. It was 120 odd quid, 45 to 50 quid. I think that's good for Cal at the lower end. I'm sure some people are trying to sell it for more. The UCS one is £1,000. Oh, that's a lot of money. Actually, the Lego Star Destroyer isn't showing up for any shops besides Lego. Is it a Lego exclusive? That would explain why a lot of the figures are expensive, but I would think that someone had it. It's not even been a full year yet. September 1st, 2024 it came out. And it's only lego.com. Hello there. Am I going to give my Chimera the hyperspace ring? Not yet, but I may revisit it if the ring doesn't get destroyed in Ahsoka Season 2. Or we predicted when we saw Ahsoka that it would show up in the Mando movie. And we didn't know how the Mando movie in Ahsoka Season 2 would be at that point. So I still think it would show up in the Mando movie. It definitely can. It's on Amazon. I'll tell you what, Amazon would have a good deal, right? Amazon aren't going to have this thing for full price. Right. In the UK? Oh, it is. It is. And you can save a total of like £12. So it's like 10% off at the minute, which isn't bad. A year down the line. And they also have the TIE X-Wing mashup for £79. The set that according to half of the UK is now retired and is in fact still available on lego.com. The battle pack is, 35 was its original, wasn't it? It's $45, something crazy like that. Still should have been a £20 set, £25 tops, but a lot of the new sets are on sale. 120 for the MTT. The board intensive 37 isn't too bad either. Yeah, the U-Wing, 40 quid. What's up with that? I'm waiting for the V19 to hit 40 quid because it's only been May, June, July, August, 3 months. 3 months and the U-Wing is 30% off. So September, October, November, for Black Friday, I want the V19 to drop to at least 40 quid and I might consider picking it up. That's going to be a steal. For 40 quid, that's like... I want to say 30, but 30 I'm looking at like the old Eaters and Yoda Starfighter. No chances that build 30. 40 quid is the perfect price for that set. I would be happy paying that. Well happy paying that. Definitely feels like a 50-60 Lego pound set. Still confused why it's 60 not 50. It feels a bit sharp, but there are more pieces involved in the builds, or at least fewer bigger parts or more smaller pieces. Weight-wise, it looks like you get more. Star Destroyers dropped down to $112. Oh, so if it goes below that, that's going to be a good price. Imagine the UCS Death Star in a few years. Oh yeah, that's going to be painful. A lot of the UCS sets that go for a couple hundred are already worth thousands. So a £1,000 set is going to be worth more thousands in years to come. It does feel like it should be bigger on the box. The interior makes it a lot bigger than it is. I mean, look at it compared to me. I can hold it closer to the camera and now it looks like it's the UCS size. That, yeah, it's fairly big. It's wider than I am. And in terms of looking down the barrel, it's as daunting as you see in the opening crawl for A New Hope. And like I say, I will revisit this and build a ring for maybe not this model. Maybe we can go bigger if we see the Ring of Sion, the Ring of Sion. Isn't it called something like that? That'd be nice to revisit. $700, you might buy the Death Star. Good luck. I mean, yeah, $700. We've just seen the U-Wing for a third off. Why can't the UCS Death Star? Is the sort of deals you see. The UCS Falcon. UCS Falcon's got some, actually Smiths. Smiths have some decent deals for everything. I've clicked on it and it's like, oh, it's still a decent deal. It's what, 120-ish pounds off at the minute, which for a £735 set isn't a lot, but there's definitely a few more. Of course I can. Here's the bottom of it. Oh, let me remove my hands, make sure I don't pull off any parts. So that's what we went with the design. I still think these arms are just a little bit too chunky, but I don't have any of the other white wedge plates, so that's looking good. And I'm happy we switched out a few of these plates for the dark grey. I think that adds a little bit underneath, but that is the Chimera from below. and we've got the battle scarred top. Maybe I'll add a bit of gold to the bottom as well, just maybe. I keep knocking one of the claws off, so I might add a few underside inverted slopes as well, just to secure them on, but they do hold their own as long as you don't prod and poke at the ends of them. Seen the UCS Venator down to 500. There you go. I think the Death Star down to 700 is definitely. I mean, the thing is with the UCS Falcon and with the UCS Death Star, the Venator's going to be on shelves for a few years, maybe a few more years, and that will retire. I'm sure people are betting on it retiring at the end of this year. Thank you. It does look amazing. But the Death Star is going to be around for at least the next decade. I think they should have put a bit more into the Death Star. I can see it retiring sooner. I think the minifigures just aren't worth it. The parts can definitely be got for cheaper than 1,000, right? Used condition, you can part that out. We'll check. Once Brick Owl's got their list of parts, we will hop on a stream and see just how much the UCS Death Star is actually worth, and whether you should be picking it up for the few exclusive minifigures or looking to customs. But that is... Falcon's been out. Yeah, Falcon's been on sale for a few years because it came out 2015, I want to say. 2015 sounds about right for Force Awakens. Maybe 2016. So about a decade it's been on shelves. So Death Star is going to be around for maybe longer. More expensive set. Imagine trying to save up for that. You need more than just 5-10 years. Whilst you're buying Lego. 2017. Thank you. Thank you, Strylexic. So almost a decade. The price. Should we see the price per piece of the Falcon just before we wrap it up? Let's have a little look. We'll look on Brick Owl because Brick Owl has, well, it's the easiest to use and has some of the most complete parts. Bricklink are a bit too specific for my liking. So the price of parting out the entire set, stickers, the lot. This is 100% of items. I don't think this includes spare parts. In new condition, £1,330. That is including the minifigures. So you're looking at 20 quid for Han, just under for Leia. Even the Force Awakens Han is £6.99. That's the same minifigure I've got out there, £6.99. 3PO, the 3PO minus the arms from the Death Star is £2. So after 8 years on shelves, it's still cheaper to pick it up. I mean, this was £600. We just had a little look. £1,330. If you want it in used condition, the pieces have sold for previously £738.90, which is £3.91 more than recommended retail price. And again, that's just a recommendation. It's selling for £600. I've seen it drop lower, closer towards £500. If you want to pick them up now, that's actually £900. That's nuts. That's crazy that the Falcon is worth so much. I mean, the cockpit top of the Falcon alone is £55. That's what it's selling for. And again, that's cheapest. You're looking at 60 quid with shipping in the UK. If you're in America, that goes up to 90 quid real quick. So that's above $100. That's nuts. You've seen one for £350 before. Yeah, I mean, damaged box. It's a UCS set. Collectors want that nice box. So a damaged box is definitely going to drop it below that. And you're not harming any of the pieces. The sticker sheet, perfect. The instructions are usually really good in a damaged box. That's nuts. The dish is £14. That's the dish on top. The transparent dish, which is a 6x6 and looks very satisfying, is £16. Hollow chest table, tenner. Even the Porg is £3. It's more than 3PO. The Porg is the fourth most expensive figure. You've got Empire Strikes Back, Han and Leia that come with the exclusive dual print for their face. Han also comes with dual molded legs, does he? No dual molded, no side of the leg. Fair enough, just the mask. You also get the Force Awakens Han that's worth £7. The Porg is £3. 3PO, Rey are £2. BB-8 Finn and Chewie are £1. And you get a grey Rebel helmet that's worth more than Chewie. That's crazy. Oh. $5.50 isn't bad. You paid for, oh, you paid £550 for the new Falcon. That's I mean, £200 off, isn't it? Which I'd love to get £200 off the new Juggernaut. Lego should be paying me 60 quid to open that set. Yeah, the fact that it's, well, there you go. So new condition. I assume, Richard, you keep your set in like pristine condition. A lot of people even have cases for it. Or a coffee table. I have a coffee table that has the glass top, and I'd love to put a set like that in there. Maybe have a little Camino scene for the slave one. But new condition, £1,330.34, which I think is nuts. Like I say, we'll check the Death Star, see what that's worth. The slave one before it came out was worth £180. I keep saying 280. It was £180, and that's dropped to like 120 already. But still, that's a £60 set. And the minifigures only pull so much. It's a lot of these exclusive printed parts, which is making Lego a collectible hobby still. Stopping us all from just parting them out. £550 from Smiths. There you go. Knew I'd seen it cheaper. It's £6 at the minute. So if you want to pick it up from Smiths, leave it a little bit. It's rumoured to retire later this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it stays around for another 2-3 years and at least gets its decade mark. That's got to be the longest any set's been on the shelf. Not to be confused with the original Death Star set, the play set, that had a re-release after about 5 years. It didn't quite push 10 years, and it had a re-release after 5 years, which switched around a few minifigures. And I'm surprised Lego don't do that more so. We could have got more clones with the ARC 170 if they switched it in the new year. But what do we know? We're just here building the sets and having a time. So I'm going to go record the video now that will hopefully come out. I tell you what, I'm probably going to leave it. I'm going to leave it until we do the battle pack and do that the weekend. So I'm just going to be sorting out everything else that I didn't do this morning. Like I say, busy week, but I will be back here on Saturday. Confirming, we'll be back on Saturday for a short stream. We've hit the 2-hour mark. That hasn't been done too often, frequently, not recently at least, on the channel. There will be more longer live streams as we go on, especially as it gets cooler. The temperature is so much nicer than when we were doing like the 7-hour builds. Oh, Alfie, you have joined at the end. We're going to have to do some later streams as well, especially for all of you across the Atlantic. 2 months to build. Oh, that sounds like such a fun build though, doesn't it? And Saturday we'll be building Lego sets. So I'm excited to take a little look at that. But that is all for today's stream. You come in at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and may the bricks be with you.